doesn't get any better than this. So you could say that for your life, really. More focused into.
And what do you mean it saved your life?
Well, I was in another crisis, and the first one was 71, and then 12 years later I got into another crisis. And
I see.
This pulled me out of that, and so kind of in a midlife crisis at this point. And
another midlife crisis?
Yeah, I had several, and we won't go into. And I started to just let it loose, just whatever came out of the tube, I just slapping it around and just had fun. I said, I don't care if I ever sell another painting. I don't care if anybody ever likes it again. And this is like me healing. Yes. And started pushing down a lot of paint and everything.
What you're saying, it sounds like, is you're really coming with each period from within, what's going on with you, and not so much being influenced by other artists or even painting with other artists. Is that right or not?
I wasn't interested in influenced by anybody. In fact, I wasn't influenced really by the place I was painting.
Okay.
Or the scene or anything. I was really. I was just really in a space that was organizing colors and shapes, and had nothing to do really with. I mean, there was still an influence of where it was, but I was seeing it totally different. I was starting to see things totally different. I took a lot of old paintings and started flopping it around and having fun with the old ones, which were boring.
Show us one.
That was one. That was a very much.
This one, okay.
That was a very, ordinary painting, and with the houses and everything you could see, and the pier going out and everything, and after it was like looking at your life and saying, this is a boring life, and therefore I did a boring painting because my life was boring. So this is like fixing your life. I'm going to fix it.
Spice it up.
Yeah, and so that's what I started just thinking. This is like I'm working on myself when I'm doing this. Paint is therapy.
Yeah.
So what happens is you move fast. You don't want to stay in one place anyway. You want to keep evolving and moving. And one thing about having a business in engineering is that it takes you out of the spaces that you're in your artwork, so that you don't get stuck very easily. You to get out of that into engineering takes a completely different kind of mindset, and it breaks up any of the lethargy that you've gotten in your art career. So when you get back, you get fresh eyes.
Yes, I understand.
I spent more time with this searching for something more than was there. I mean, if you paint what's there, you're going to get an image of something that becomes boring pretty fast. So what you do is you take a suggestion from the atmosphere and the feeling and the colors, and you explore. And as soon as you can get away from the scene and into yourself, the better it is. So when I'm going out with the classes, I tell them to stop looking at it at some point. Don't be too influenced by it. It'll keep you there. It'll keep you with what is in front of you. So get back away from it and start working from in here. I'm not certain what you
So it's like you captured the essence of the place.
Yeah, I tried to do a large one of this and it just died. I couldn't get anything really going, and so I used that to just paint this one over that one, and I'm still working on it. And incidentally, there's an energy thing here where you do a painting underneath, and you're spending a couple of hours on this painting, and you're giving it all of this energy that you have inside you, and the paint is manifesting from your heart, really, heart and mind, and then you don't lose that. It stores it up, and so you put another painting over it, and sometimes they just happen on their own, and I say, why is it so nice to work on an old painting and some things really start to happen? It's because you still put all that energy in the first place onto the canvas, and you're still reaping the benefits of that.
Boy, that's interesting. And could a lot of time have passed between
Yes, doesn't matter.
when you did the original and...
Doesn't matter. Go to the Southwest and look at the hieroglyphics and the rock paintings. They still have the energy.
Wow, I've got chills.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Nothing ever is lost.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
There's no really energy lost. It's just
Yeah.
transformation.
Interesting.
You know.
Yes.
And the same with anything coming from a human or a living thing, but particularly humans have this ability to send out this energy field on things around everything they touch. They do the hieroglyphics. You do a painting. You write. It picks up your energy field, and it lasts forever. You fall in love, and 5 years later you go, goodbye, I don't love you anymore. But it doesn't work because you're going to carry that with you, and your mind thinks that you're...
Because it was real at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mind thinks that you're getting away from it, but your heart does never forget.
Wow, that's interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.
My theory.
How did that group come into being?
I was going to go painting, and I said, let's go painting. So they said, could I call so-and-so and come paint? I said, oh, absolutely, sure, of course, And so they told somebody, and they told somebody, and all of a sudden there's a dozen, and then there's 2 dozen, and I think over 100 people that have gotten on the mailing list that at any one time there could be any from 1 or 2 dozen people. Last year I had a heart problem, and I was knocked out for several. I wrote to everybody and I said, Norman Cousins cured himself of cancer because he laughed all the time. I said, anybody who sends me jokes, at least 2 jokes, will get a free class when I get back on my feet. And so people were sending me all these jokes, and so when I got feeling better, I said, okay, now we got this free workshop. And everybody that sent me jokes. Yeah. And they're still sending me jokes.
Oh,
It's kind of neat.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah. One thing you have to do is to remember that, this is getting philosophical, but that we're not painting those paintings. These are gifts, that we're able to do something that never happened before. This has never happened before. These paintings and they're really gifts. They're not, it's like we're not really doing it. We're just being the vehicles for it, and to be very thankful for the chance to do this, because it really enhances our life and everybody else's life. And, okay, well, I think I did several midlife crises before, and there was always a jump start into a new style or something. Now I'm in the old age crisis, and I'm enjoying every day I have.
Great.
Because you never know how long it's going to last.
Yeah.
I don't have any real conscious thought about what I'm going to do now. I really don't. I just whatever comes up.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how I feel, and we just go out and paint, and whatever happens. I think I'm in the place now where I really appreciate the process. Like, this is such a gift. It's such a gift to be able to be with people and paint with them, and to give things to them, and enjoy, and share this stuff. So I'm in that kind of appreciation mold, and every day I just think, God, this is great, because I have a live-work studio, and I get up in the morning and I go from the bedroom, walk through the studio into the kitchen, and I got all this stuff on the wall, and looking at it like, I need a little there, well, maybe I need a little over in there, and that's a dog, I'm gonna throw that on, and then I walk into the kitchen, and I got something I want for breakfast, and I go, God, what a great day. The sun's out like this. I think, doesn't get any better than this. So you could say that for your life, really. It doesn't get any better than this.
Well, thank you, Jerry. It's been fascinating.
Well, thank you.
You're the best.
Thank you.